Okay. Looks like we're going live. Welcome back for part 3 of the build of the LEGO Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I think we're going. So, here we go. Moved a few more things around, make it a little bit easier to see, hopefully. Moved the camera up a bit higher, so now hopefully we'll have more than enough room to do all of the working here. Please let me know if something doesn't sound right, because I did make a few more adjustments. I think we're gonna be okay. I just need to move my screen around a smidge, and then we're good to go. Looks all right. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're done with boxes 1 and 2. We are now, let me see here, starting up box number 3. This one, we will be starting to do a bunch of panels on the car. Right now we have just this big monstrosity, and as we start to put panels on, it'll start to have the look, shape, feel of an actual, well, of a LEGO car. So we're getting close to this actually starting to look the way we would want it to. So, without further ado, oh, nope, just out of reach. Here we go. Box number 3. There we go. There we are. So, and because I made this mistake before, let's make sure that we're actually going to do this one in the right order and I don't open the wrong bag first. 3, 4. 4, 2. There we go. Just set those up over there. Pop right in here. Okay. As you can see, we actually have we have like a fender here. Okay. I thought I had this in a good spot. Let's move it down a skosh. That was perhaps more than a skosh. Too many skoshes. Okay. Too much. Well, I promise I thought I had this all laid out the right way, but there, how about that? Well, that feels all right. Okay, just get that out of the shot. Okay. No more ado. Quite right. So, this one has some actual body panels now. So, like I said, we're going to start actually putting some paneling on this thing, and it's going to actually start having the shape, look, and feel of a car. Like so. Okay. Just jump right on in here. 15. Here we go. So during the last stream, during part 2, I started talking about how this set, while it's really technically interesting, there's a whole lot in the middle that unless you really really enjoy and care about the technical operation and workings and all of that stuff, it's not going to be as fun to watch, because you're not seeing as much stuff take shape quickly. And so last session we were kind of brainstorming about what a better set to build would be, one that would be a little bit more fun to watch throughout the entire process, and not just for the final product. Somebody had mentioned the Disney Castle, which I agree would be a lot of fun to watch. That one has lots of little areas and things that are going on, so it's a little, you get more rewards while you're building it, and it's not all just saved up for the end. What else are we talking about? The Death Star is a massive, massive set. But obviously, there's lots of, with everything going on with that one, get toward, as you're building it, it's like the what's the word I'm looking for? The Disney Castle, where there's lots of little rooms and scenes, so you could see stuff that's going on as you're building it. Somebody had mentioned building the big Millennium Falcon. Somebody had mentioned the Voltron set. Somebody had mentioned the pirate ship, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, which would pair well with a rum drink if you're so inclined. So, anybody out there watching, feel free to think about that as well and offer some suggestions, because I'm really not sure. Really not sure what the best way to go is at this point. Oops. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, I've been moving things around a bit, trying to find the right layout here, so we can actually see what's going on, and it's been tricky finding the right angle for the camera, but I think this camera, I'm finally getting it into a place that I'm happy with. Okay, so this step wants me to put this piece somewhere in here. But there isn't really a... I'm not sure how I feel about what they're asking me to do. It's kind of weird. If you look at you can see here, if you look at this area, instead of having one hole that this little blue piece is supposed to fit in, it's kind of a long opening, and there's another one of those down here that you can't see as well, and it looks like in the instructions that's where it's telling me to put this piece, which is kind of weird, because usually when you put this into something, it's meant to fit exactly in a spot, but this one is not doing that. So hopefully that's the right thing. I honestly don't remember this part when I was building it before. So fingers crossed. I'm not really sure how I would go about building a pole or putting a pole up. Does anybody know if there's a way you can do that in YouTube? If Taco Cub were watching right now, I know he would know. Oh, yeah, that worked out. That's fine. Those of you that are out there right now coming back, appreciate you coming back and sticking with us here. The first box of this that we've already gone through, with all of the more technical parts, it is definitely the the longest part. So we're through the roughest bit here. I think it's actually going to go quite a bit quicker here on out. So even though we've gone 2 out of the, I think 5 boxes, the rest of them I think will actually fly through quite a bit quicker. I think they're smaller. There we go. One thing about building these sets, sometimes I feel like my fingers are just a little too big to get into some of the areas that we're supposed to get into. But as of yet, I have not yet found a Lego set that I couldn't build. So MD Cordy, if you have a suggestion for a poll or want to actually go ahead and make one somehow, if you know how to do that, I wouldn't have my feelings hurt if you did. But I know you've got your hands full building your own set right now. He doesn't mind me saying. He sent me a text before I was starting this, and he's building the London bus set. Woo! Ho! Almost lost it. The London bus set, which is a pretty cool set. It's it's a London bus. Definitely not a Technic set. You don't have the gears and all of that kind of stuff. But it's more of a fun prop scene kind of a set. It has a lot of. I don't want to spoil the build for him since it's his first time through, so I'm not going to talk about any specifics. But there were a few little pieces when I was building the set that at first I looked at it and I was like, "What is that supposed to be?" And when you finally realize what certain pieces are, it's just it's impressive, the attention to detail. And what they can accomplish with just a small little piece here or there, and convey with very little. Do you think LEGO will do a movie tie-in for the Jungle Cruise? Oh, well, considering they have been doing more with Disney now, like the first big thing they did was the Disney castle. Recently they came out with the train. They made the Disney train that goes around the whole park. I would sure love to see more Disney themed sets. So yeah, if they could tie something together with Jungle Cruise, I think that'd be great. If I'm being honest with myself, I doubt we're gonna see that, but I would love it if we did. Okay, that piece is twisty turny. I don't know if it's supposed to be able to or not. Oh, that's, well, no, that's a different spot. Nope, it's not. That's where it's supposed to go. Okay, looks like we're going to have, looks like some kind of air vent. Oh. And I broke it. There. Air vent angled forward. You gotta have all that air coming in, cooling off the engine, and those are probably going back to the intercoolers and the turbos to cram more air in there. Trying really hard to not just totally car geek out while I'm building this. I feel like I've done that enough in the first phase. Okay, that's getting sturdier. We got a rear fender here. And we're going to tighten it up a little bit more. So this goes on there. Goes down there. And that should, there we go. Things a little more secure. Pretty impressive how this can go from being, you know, snapped together and a little loose to, once you get all the pieces in place, having it be very solid. Oh, look at that. Brent. Thanks for joining the stream, Brent. Building a Porsche. Brent is one of the, on the short list of people that I know who actually used to have a Porsche. Oh, ship in a bottle. That's sad. Yeah, one time Michael was checking out the ship in the bottle set, which literally looks like a ship built in a clear bottle, and the entire thing is Legos, including the clear bottle. And he picked it up, and I was in the other room when he was looking at it, and all I heard was kind of a crashy sound and then a shriek. And the poor guy felt so bad because he picked it up and it just literally broke apart in his hand. And the ship in the bottle had water in it. And so, oh, that's just a little too far out, isn't it? Maybe if I go up a skosh more. Nope, too much of a skosh. There we go. Stop right there. The water that was in the bottle was a bunch of tiny little single stud pieces, and I think there were 243, if I remember correctly, because the step tells you to dump 243 pieces into the bottle. and they went everywhere. So I came out and he was practically crying, and I said, don't worry about it, it's Legos, I can put it back together. It's not like you actually broke it. But he was pretty mortified. And then later on I went and bought him the set, and he's got one on his mantle now. Who can drive that Porsche faster than everyone else at Speed Vegas? That is an honor for you, Bo James. Yeah, for my bachelor party a year ago, we went and had scheduled doing car. We went to a track in Vegas called Speed Vegas, and we drove sports cars around a track, which was absolutely amazing. And Bo James took the Cayman out and just absolutely obliterated almost everyone with his times, which was impressive, not just because he did it, but also because compared to the other cars that some of the other people were driving, the Cayman was a little on the understated side as far as oomph, and he was able to get a heck of a lot of performance out of it. So, good work. As you may have noticed, we're moving on to the next bag already. We kind of have the rear quarter of the car paneled up right now. If I was a betting man looking at the pieces I have in front of me here, we're probably going to be doing the other side now. So we'll just keep trucking along. Yeah. Speaking of Speed Vegas, I just recently learned from my best man who had scheduled all of this stuff out in the first place. He had gotten an email from Speed Vegas saying because of the shelter-in-place stuff right now, they're running a deal trying to make sure that they're going to have business once this is all done, and they're offering half off if you basically want to book stuff now. And it is mighty tempting. Yeah, I don't know, Brent. Did you ever take your Porsche out to a track, or was 280 your track? Who knows if the world will even be open again by Thanksgiving at this rate. I'm guessing that's supposed to be a BMW set. And as far as I know, I haven't seen one. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I couldn't try to make one myself. MD Cordy had that suggestion. While I lost my GTR, I also have a BMW convertible, an old 3 Series BMW convertible, and MD Cordy suggested that I try to create my own set to build one. So, not a bad idea. Is there a BMW model called the Isetta? I'm not familiar with that one, Chris. Oh. Completely forgot about that. Steve Urkel. There we go. Just making sure everything's lining up here. So far, so good. Come on. There we go. The hardest parts for me is when you have to reach in between a whole bunch of pieces that are already on there and work one into the middle of it all. One door opens on the front. Yeah, I remember the car now. Oh, James, yes, there is. There is a GTR Lego set. Unfortunately, it's a smaller set. It's not a large Technic set like this one is. But you have this guy here. So this one, when you build, it's about this big, just a tiny little fella. I had mentioned this earlier. I don't know who was on at the time, so I'm going to tell the story again. I had actually, when this set came out, it's a more recent set. I was really excited when it came out because I'd wanted to build a set for my GTR for a long time, and while this isn't a big set like this, it was still a GTR Lego set. So I got it and I was really excited and I built it, and shortly after I built it, I was looking at it and I thought, well, you know, this is great, it's a GTR, but it doesn't look like my GTR. So in the back of every single Lego instruction manual, they have a parts list for that particular model. And so I got the parts list from the GTR set. I bought another set, looked at the parts list, and I went onto a website called Bricklink, where people sell individual Lego pieces. So I went onto the set, and I found all of the parts that were the exterior pieces on the GTR set, and got just straight black versions of them. So any pieces that were white or red, I got black pieces and got that shipped to myself. And after I'd ordered it, before the pieces arrived, that was when I had my accident and the Prius killed my car. And then the pieces arrived after my car was already gone, so I went ahead and still built it. And sadly, the Lego GTR I built never got to meet my actual car, but now it's part of the memorial. So right now, we're still just building up the paneling around this thing, basically doing the mirror of this other side that we just did. Once we're done, the good chunk of the rear of this car will be done. These spots are tricky because until everything's in place, it's a little loose. So when you're pushing down on some of these pieces, they're not as firm as you'd like them to be, and so you kind of have to support them on the inside so as not to break anything off. There we go. I feel like Chris Bailey was probably the person that was most excited to see this particular build, just because Lego enthusiast that he is, he's never built a Technic set. So I wanted to give him the opportunity to see this. Like I was mentioning earlier, I feel like this is I love this set, and I'm having a lot of fun building it, but it's not as exciting to watch it all come together, because it's kind of a slow process seeing everything come together. So I have asked all of you guys to brainstorm and tell me what set you'd like to see next. So far, some of the ideas are the Lego Disney Castle, the Death Star, the Voltron set, the pirate ship, Barracuda Bay, that I was talking about earlier. Ha! Good to hear, Chris. I still haven't told you what Technic set would be a great one to start on. I don't know if Dom's Charger is a Technic set. I think it might be a Speed Champions, like that GTR set I had.
It is Technic.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, there you go. I just saw the comment about burning the parts and saving the ashes. I think that would make it even sadder. I don't know if I'm willing to do that. Lego City sets, sure do. Those ones, I don't. There's so many. I definitely don't feel compelled to get all of them. Recently, NASA was celebrating some 50th, 40 years of, no, 50 years now. Something. NASA was having a thing. And there were a whole bunch of space-themed Lego sets that came out all at once in the City series. And I liked all of those. I got them all because I dreamt of having a space where I could set them all up at some point in the future. Seems like I'm kind of getting to that point. So, yes, I have some of those. Other city sets. What other city sets do I have? Got some old city sets from like 30 years ago behind me back there. Yeah. Oh, is the Saturn V? That I don't believe. That's definitely not a city set. I think that was an Ideas set.
I think it is an Ideas set. Check.
I got it right here. Yeah, this is the Saturn V. That's a pretty cool one. I don't believe there's an Apollo 13 set. There is a lunar lander, though.
Would it just be on fire?
What's that?
I said, would it just be on fire?
Oh. Yeah, I know I have a lander somewhere around here. Still need to organize my sets. They're not in the right order right now, but I just haven't done that yet. Anyway, on to the next bag. As promised, these ones are just flying along, unlike the first box. whole lot of clear red pieces here. I have a feeling we're going to be building some tail lights. Oh, 50 years since Apollo 13. Gotcha. There we go. This is all going to go right back here, and then we'll actually have a tail on this thing. Oops. Oh, sure, space race. 1969, 50 years. That all makes sense now. Ow. So any seasoned Lego builders out there? Do you have any favorite sets of your own? Out of curiosity? Any that you've built recently that you absolutely love? Chris Bailey recently did the James Bond Aston Martin, which, while not a Technic set, was a lot of fun because there's all sorts of little hidden compartments and telephone in the door and ejector seat and all sorts of cool stuff. Machine gun shield on the back. Kind of headlight machine guns. Fun stuff. Okay. Roller coaster and pirates. Yeah, I really need to do that pirate set, Mike. Yeah, the Mustang was a really fun set to build. It was interesting. One of the things that made the recent Mustang set fun to build, you're building a classic Mustang, but it was the best job that, in my opinion, that LEGO has done recently with the car set, where after you finish building it, the car's done, and then there's some extra pieces. And what the extra pieces are for is there's a whole other couple bags or another section where you're building basically bolt-on upgrades for the car. So spoiler or NOS or supercharger, things like that. And so once you finish the build, you have these pieces that you can swap in and out, and it back to being a car enthusiast, it kind of captured the spirit of like upgrading your car and kind of tweaking it and tuning it and making it exactly what you want. And it was kind of a really cool thing they did to allow you to customize the set after you've built it and followed the instructions. Oh yeah, BMW. Yeah, that motorcycle. So they don't have a BMW car, but the R1200 GS That was a fun Technic set, similar to this, but much smaller scale. You're building a BMW motorcycle that ends up looking just like the motorcycle, which is pretty cool. Justice League anniversary party from the Lego Batman movie. Simple set, but the scene of the movie correctly. Oh, yep, yeah, that was a good one. That actually, I've also got the old Bat Cave, which was a pretty fun set too. Nostalgia factor. The set's newer. It's only like 5 years old, but it is of the old, like Adam West Bat Cave. Oh, that's exactly what Chris Bailey was saying. Yes. Yep. I am a bad Lego fan in that I have not yet watched the Lego Batman movie, which I realize is just crazy since it's been out for a long time, but I just never think to watch it when I sit down to watch something, and I keep forgetting about it. And Mr. Lego Batman himself, Will Arnett, did a decent job. His sense of humor usually doesn't land with me, but I thought he did a pretty good job hosting the Lego Masters TV show that I was talking about earlier. I don't know. I think he did okay. I'd be curious to see if they get somebody else like Elizabeth Banks, aka Wild Style. I think that'd be a lot of fun too. She's usually pretty darn funny. So what we're putting together here looks like we're gonna go on the bumper, and this might end up being possibly where a license plate goes, or taillights. I'm not sure. We're getting close. Yeah, is there anybody out there that actually hasn't watched the Lego Masters show? If you haven't, what are you doing watching me right now? Turn this off and go watch Lego Masters. Go. Yeah, how's that for favorite Elizabeth Banks movie? How about that?
Which version?
She's so versatile. She has so many different movies, and she's always a dork.
Yeah. Well, Hunger Games. Yeah, she's a dork. It's true.
Wait. Chris Bailey, what haven't you? What? I haven't what? Oh, you haven't watched Lego Masters? How? What show are you guys watching right now? Devs? Are you... Is Wet Hot American Summer, is that the show that you're watching right now instead of Lego Masters? Because you're doing it wrong, if the answer to that question is yes. Okay. I don't know where this is going to attach. Okay. Good. You've seen Lego Masters. I thought we had talked about it. So, Yeah. Oh, Community, right. Oh, yeah, another great show. You should be watching Community as well, so good on you. Okay. As you can see, the rear end here is starting to come together. It looks like we've got a couple of... That's probably going to be exhaust. I think we might dress it up a little bit more, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. Definitely taking shape though, which is exciting. I'm sure you're all extremely excited. I'm kind of torn with this set. One of the things that I love about it is all of the all the gearing and all the mechanics of it all. And unless you're the person that has built it, at this point, it's just like a Porsche. You open up the little itty bitty trunky thing, and you can see this much of the engine, and it's all in there. But unless you were the person building the thing, you can't see any of it. And it's a mechanical marvel, and it's a shame that you can't see it in this set. But true to form, they made it. They followed the car as is, and they did a great job with that. So love it and hate it at the same time. By the way, thanks to Taco Cub for making a recommendation earlier. If any of you are out there right now watching this and wondering who I'm talking to or where all these messages are coming from, apparently the YouTube UI can be a little wonky, and if you're in theater mode and the video screen is too big, if you shrink it down a little bit, you can actually find the text area if you were wondering about that, or you can chat, send me messages. I like messages. Gives me stuff to talk about. Oh, Sai, I missed this. Can you start from the top? No, I cannot. I'd love to, but I think I'd lose 99% of the people watching right now. Lucky for you, all of these are recorded, and you can go back and recap to your heart's content on my channel. I'm sure that this this footage, which someday will be classic footage, will have so many views. Because who wouldn't want to watch all of this again? Oh, I'm a dork.
That's how they're going to put Bodhi to bed from now on.
Yeah. Bo James, I don't know if you heard that. Lex just had a great idea that playing classic CaseyBuilds shows could be a great way to put little Bodhi to bed from now on. I would be honored. Brent, I don't know if you're still out there, but if you are, I'm curious if you see this. It's starting to look like the rear end of a Porsche to you. all these little clear pieces. It's got tail light written all over it. Also, Sai, truly appreciate your enthusiasm. By the way, everybody, Sai right there, Sai Rub, he's got a great podcast of his own. Well, what am I missing? Sai, you don't get me to plug your podcast. Oh, these are what I'm missing. Yeah, he's got a great podcast of his own. We play a lot of World of Warcraft together. And on his podcast, he basically talks about not necessarily being the best at a video game, but giving it your all and learning how to get better and play in a world where there's all sorts of people who are absolutely flawless and expect you to be the same. But it's a real positive show. A lot of good recommendations and testimonials and things, and he always has guest people on his podcast. I'm not just plugging it because I was one of them once, but that really was one of the best episodes, if you ask me. Oh, Scrubs versus the World is the name of the podcast, by the way, which is probably important information should you want to go find it. Which, why wouldn't you want to go find it? Yeah, actually, Sai, feel free to self-promote there. I don't know the best way to tell people to get to your stuff. We did have a good time making that. Yeah, shoot, I don't even know. I think we talked about it on the episode. Do you know how long we've been playing Warcraft together, Sai? It's been a long, long time. Okay. There we go. We got some tail lights. That should hopefully just pop right into place once again. It's nice when they do that. Oh yes, Oh, Chipotle coupons. I know a few people who have mentioned that their Chipotle intake since the shelter in place has started has gone way up because they frequently, I don't know if that's always free delivery or if it's, yeah, so doing what they can. All right. Not that I think there's a chance of anybody I know who's watching this to not know this, but Chipotle is just about one of my favorite things. There we go. Once again, sticker already on there. A little present to myself that I don't have to do it this time around. There we go. Back's coming together nicely. Just about done here, and then we'll have one more bag in this box. And then we'll be working on the front half. Yeah. Speaking of people who've been eating a lot more Chipotle recently, hello Taco Cub. Alright, this is one of those tricky ones. There we go. Not as tricky as those stupid tubes that I was complaining about before. Those are the worst. But still kind of tough. There we go. Almost. Almost. Come on. Yeah. Chipotle on speed dial. Yeah, the decals really are the worst parts of these sets. Be nice if they would just get rid of them completely. I don't think they will. Maybe if enough of us complain about them, they'll do something about it. Right, where does this one attach? Looks like it goes here and up to here. Sort of, kinda, yeah, like that. Yeah. Everything's starting to take shape. Take another peek at that. Starting to look like a Porsche on the back. Thanks for stopping by, Cyrub. Feel free to come back later. Let's put the kids down. And we do CaseyBuilds live after dark. Just kidding. Legos are a family-friendly affair. Okay, almost. We're at the last bag of this box. Whole lot of panel in here. Oh, I think this box said it included the hood, so maybe we're done with the back and the sides and we're going to move up to the front. That is entirely possible. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. Yep. Spin it around to the front. There we go. Now that I'm talking about Chipotle, I'm thinking about Chipotle. I don't think I would ever turn down a Chipotle burrito, ever. Recently, well, a little further back, Chipotle added a nacho cheese to their lineup, which was okay. It was nothing to write home about. But recently, they changed the cheese out to be a queso blanco. And since they've had that, I have not gone there and not gotten some chips and salsa with the queso blanco. It's fantastic, and everyone should have it. Okay. Where do you attach? You attach right about here. Yeah. Just go. Oh, nope. I lied. Right about here. And this swings down into there. There we go. Yeah. Whoops. Yep. That looks like a hood to me. Cool. All right, we're getting there. And one of these has a sticker on it. That's the one. This is surely the one in the middle. So let's make sure I do this the right way. We're good so far. Like the Teslas, which probably more people are familiar with these days than the Porsches. Porsches have a frunk. Since their engine's in the back, they have this nice little compartment up front for a front trunk. And most people will probably think of the frunk and associate that with the electric cars and the Tesla, since it has no engine. But Porsche's been doing it way longer. One thing that we will eventually see here that I really like in this set is that LEGO did a really good job of the Porsche's shape is so iconic. The shape of the whole car. It's been what it has been for decades and decades, with little tweaks here and there, but Porsche's a Porsche, and they did such a good job with this set of getting so much of that shape just dialed in perfectly. It's just one more of the little pieces about this one that I really love, is they just nailed it. And we're starting to see it take form on the back here. These. Yeah, pretty much any of this orange that you're seeing here is externally visible parts, since we're building an orange GT3 RS. If I was a crazy person, this would be one of those sets where, like with that Nismo GTR that I made, sure would be a lot of fun to try to locate a bunch of these pieces in different colors and make a Porsche in the color that you want it to be. Just go to the back of the instruction manual, look at the piece list and the parts list, and anything that's orange, swap it out and get, say, a red one or a black one. There we go, and haha, got the little sticker in the right spot. Orange is a very iconic color for this model. They usually have a they usually have, obviously, a lot of different colors, but each model, for some reason, there's usually a specific color that they highlight for that model. And sometimes they change it year after year, where it'll be the same model, but like when I got my GTR, the 2017 GTR always had this kind of a burnt orange color, previous years before that, there was a blue one that was real famous in all of their marketing materials and everything. So orange is definitely a color for this one. And generally speaking, I personally think that the more exotic cars can get away with the secondary colors on the color wheel. So orange, green, purple, things that are a little bit more wild. LEGO needs to step up their quality to the level of service you've come to expect at this stage in your life. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Alright, we got one of these on this side already. So now this one will be for this side. Come on. Sometimes it helps when you talk to it like that, obviously. There we go. Okay. Where are we at? Look at that. Hood. I don't know the answer to this, and if my dad's still out there watching right now, he might. Do you know if Porsche still calls this front thing their hood? Even though it's not covering the engine? I do not know the answer to that, and I'm curious if they do. Yep, great. Confirmation. Well, on the opposite end, do they call it the trunk lid? The area that's covering the engine compartment? Engine cover. Yeah. Didn't seem right calling your engine cover a trunk lid. There we go. Oh, are we done with that one? We're done with that one. Yeah. Okay. I think we're about to do some either side of the hood, the fenders here. I think. We'll see if I'm right. Go. remember what this is going to turn into. Oh. Kind of working on roof bits. Oh, Steve Donovan. Nice of you to pop in. Starting to take shape here. See if I can remember how to put this on here. This goes out toward the front. These. This is going to go back this way-ish. And then a couple of these lock this into place. One there. One over here. There we go. Yeah. All right. Steve, maybe one of these days, your boy could do some streaming of Lego building. You would definitely have the double threat of getting the Minecraft crowd to watch. Okay. Dinosaurs. Yeah. Alright, where's this piece go? This piece needs to connect with that piece. So this is really cool. There's a real there's a real subtle lift to this, which just, again, they do such a good job with this set of getting a lot of those just subtle, nuanced Porsche details. Makes it fun. Okay. This needs to go here. One. Same on the other side. Okay, these flip up to give the roof that nice bubble that it normally has. These guys are going to go in here. That's good. And we got just 6 pieces left at this point. We're done with box number 3. Nathan does have a lot to say about a lot of things. Okay, these ones first. that one. There we go. Done with box number 3, and we really got ourselves a good chunk of car here. If you didn't know any better, you could probably start to maybe even guess what type of car it was, even without the GT3 sticker on it. So let's not stop now. We're just cranking along here. Time for box number 4. There we go. We're starting to go to box number 4, and I sort a little bit. Let's see what we're about to build. Now I build the front before adding the distinctive wheel arches with air outlets only found on the 911 GT3 RS. Next, you add the massive motorsport-inspired adjustable rear wing before finishing off your 911 GT3 RS by adding the doors and exclusive wheels. Have I ever dropped anything in progress? Well, one point earlier tonight, I got up from the table and my butt nearly knocked this thing on the ground. But not yet. This is your favorite box, huh? Yeah. Love the enthusiasm. There we go. Yeah, I think you missed story time earlier when I was talking about my friend Michael. I had a ship in a bottle, and it looked just like somebody had built a model ship in a bottle set. And you have a Lego ship, and then you have a clear Lego bottle all around it. And he picked it up by the neck, and the weight of the entire thing snapped and fell to the ground, and pieces went everywhere, and he was just mortified. And I had to reassure him that it really wasn't that big of a deal. Legos, you put them together and you take them apart. Coming apart is half of what Legos do. So, anyway, judging by how much we got left here, I have a feeling we're gonna end with this build, and this will be a trilogy tonight. And then we can move on and think about what a more exciting build to watch will be from beginning to end. Yeah, by the way, those of you that didn't see this all from the very beginning, or even for those of you that have, this set's still, it's starting to actually look like a car, but all of that stuff that we did way back when with the functional gearing and engines and paddle shifters, it still works. You can hear the gears shifting every single time I click one of these. Turn on the steering wheel, you can see see it all turn in. The transmission here going from drive to reverse, all of this stuff, it actually works in the car. And even though we have all this extra paneling around it now, you could, from the very beginning, see all of that. What did I have for dinner tonight? we had some sausages and and these potato ball. What would you call those?
Stuffed potato balls,
Stuffed potato balls.
I guess.
What did you have for dinner tonight? Oh, here we go. We're working on our dashboard here. So this will be cover the glove compartment, and then we'll have a bunch of gauges across here. When's the next cheesy blasters? That's a good question. We haven't had cheesy blasters, I think, since the last time you visited. When I was... Huh?
True.
Yeah. And I couldn't even enjoy him because my body was not cooperating. Cheesy blasters are the sort of thing that should be celebrated, not stomached. Spaghetti's delicious. That's a fine choice for a meal as well. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember these. Okay. So I had to put a bunch of stickers on these guys. These are all instrument cluster gauges that will have very specific locations they're supposed to go. Naturally. So I'll have to be careful when I'm putting those on to make sure they all line up the right way. All right. What's a cheesy blaster? Oh. Mike Cordy, I am glad you asked that question. Lex, might you be able to find the song? Oh wait, you can't post links.
I'll send it to you and you can put it in.
Okay. If Nitten's still out there right now, he definitely knows what cheesy blasters are. There we go. Okay, very, very precise little instrument cluster. Yeah. So apparently right now, while standing still, this car's doing 325 kilometers an hour at 8,500 RPMs. Cheesy blasters are a mistake. Please. Chris Bailey. You should be so lucky as to have a spouse that loves you enough to make them for you. Okay, here we go. Link coming up. If I can copy. Oh no. Here you go. Get a piece of that. There you go. Cheesy blasters. Oh boy. Love good banter. Nice. Okay. This is gonna go. So we're assembling the dash of our car right now. That's just gonna drop and snap into place right there. There we go. Now if you can see through there's, you got some instruments and stuff, and got stuff, lots of stuff. Who doesn't want stuff? All right. Use our ancient Chinese secret here. Make sure that that's right in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going one way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lost piece going the other way. There we go. Cheesy blasters are not just from 30 Rock. Cheesy blasters are also now from our kitchen as well. Yeah, we're getting just a couple more bags, and we're getting real close here. Definitely finishing this one up tonight. Thanks, Meat Cat. Then he flies away on his magical skateboard. Man, it just occurred to me that if I did a geo heat map of our viewers from between last night and tonight, we've got a pretty good amount of the western United States covered. We've got Washington, Oregon, Northern and Southern California, Utah, Texas, Idaho, yeah, that's pretty darn good. Thank you all for helping make my show such a not international yet, national success. Ooh. And this is looking windshield wipery? I'm not sure. Yeah, Mountain View is definitely a land unto itself. Oh, Cordy. Sorry to hear that. If it makes you feel any better, a couple of decals on that London bus set are part of what I think is so charming about it, though. So, oh, it's the front. It's the front spoiler under dealy. So Cordy, on that London bus set right now, which decal are you working on? What part of the bus are you in right now? I have a general memory of the build order of that thing. I'm curious, I don't remember when you have to apply the first decal though. Sorry, I realize it might take you a while to get back to me about that. You've got the sticker in your hands right now. You're not going to be able to be typing out answers. Chris Bailey, no spoilers. Oh, front license plate. Yeah. Okay. Working on the front of this guy still. Getting our front aero scoops good to go. Oh, that's right. You have the London bus set too, don't you, Chris? Okay. All right. Good point. All right. Here we go. Sure looks like some kind of radiator or grill or something. Let's figure out how to attach that now. I think. Huh. Go. Or not. Nope. There we don't go. There we go. Nope. Okay, third time's a charm. There we go. Ish. There we are. Let's make sure that's in the right spot. This set does not have any window pieces. That is correct. Now you have they're doing a good job of getting the actual lines of the GT3 RS. What are we excited about there, Mike? Is it something with the set you're building right now, or somewhere we're at on this build here? Oh, now that's a problem. We are missing a piece, which means that when I was taking it apart, I probably made a mistake, or it fell off the table. Either way, we're going to take the piece we need from the next bag and hope that that's where it was. If not, we're going to just keep doing that till we get to the end of the set and hope for the best. If not, it is a very common piece. I have plenty of extras of those. There we go. Front of the car looks like the front of a car, minus the headlights. The 2 license plates, yes. Yep. Okay. Just a few more bags left. Man, how far we've come since last night. What a journey. And actually, one of the things that this set did, that I'm building right now, is it came with 2 different stickers to put onto this piece in the center console of the car. And they came with 1 piece to put it on, but 2 stickers. And as the person building it, you had to choose which sticker. Is the lag back? I don't think there's lag. Chris Bailey, why do you think there's lag? When you were building this part, you had to choose which sticker you wanted to use on that piece, and they gave you 1 piece, which was infuriating. So naturally, what I did was I just went online and I bought an extra 1 of those pieces, so that I could put both stickers onto the piece that it belonged on. Why they would do that, I don't know. I don't know a single person who builds Lego sets who, when they've opened it up, have said, "Oh, how exciting, there's stickers with this set." Not a single person. Okay. What are we doing now? This is an 11, that's an 11. Okay, we need that one, and those 2, a couple of those, and 1 of those. All right. Go. Yeah. I think looks like MD Cordy is starting to see some of the joy that we were talking about in that London bus set. It really is pretty darn cute what they did on some of those spots. That's a really good point, Mike. The idea line all being custom fan creations, doesn't have any stickers. Oh, no, that's not true. The idea line there, I've done some of them that do have stickers actually. But when I built it, I just left all those stickers off because I was triggered. Yeah, the Voltron set. The Voltron set has a bunch of stickers, which are completely unnecessary, which is why I left them off. This looks like a wheel well to me. Wheel well. Okay. Got a front headlight. Very Porsche-like. This goes over here, and where does it attach? One might ask. Sits on top of that, and it looks like that one little spot right there. Maybe. Yep. There we go. Okay, this is another one of those tricky ones where you got a whole bunch of pieces that are supposed to go into other pieces. Yeah, it's tough getting them all to go together at the same time. I think Voltron came out after the Saturn V. I think the Saturn V is an older set. But I do not remember, so you could be right. In theory, as the idea sets are fan-made sets that people vote on at the LEGO Ideas site, in theory, because they're just being built with existing pieces, there shouldn't be any stickers. Because it's not a LEGO-made set. There's actually a really cool ideas set that that's people have voted on and is somewhat won, and I'm just waiting for it to come out at this point, because I would love to build it. Somebody built a Lego piano, and it's a little piano, but it's a grand piano, and it's got so many functional parts to it. It just blew me away. So once people vote on it, and once something wins, then it goes to a review process. And this one has been in review now for, shoot, I think years. But it is such a cool set. Oops. Chris Bailey, yes. If you go to the LEGO Ideas site, you log in with your LEGO account, and that's how they choose what idea sets to create. It's all community supported, voted, all that kind of stuff. So I love going through there and seeing what the custom creations are. Oh, an idea Starship Enterprise. Oh, Oh, Voltron in 2018. Yeah. Um, Man, yeah, an Enterprise would be cool. It'd be way better, light years better than that stupid Mega Bloks version that I bought. Mega Bloks they just don't have any class. And like, so this set that we're building, it has all this stuff inside. Like we were talking about back here, like in the engine area. You can't even see it now. And the only way that you would know is there and what it did is if you saw it while you were building it. Finished product, you can't see it, you can't tell that it's there, but if you built it, you know that it is. And it's just like that with most Lego sets. When you build them, there's stuff on the inside that only the builder sees. But it's there, and it makes building the set fun. The Mega Bloks Enterprise, when I built it, there was nothing on the inside. You were building a hard brick, a solid, dense collection of bricks, and it was almost like a sculpture that you were sculpting with bricks of the Enterprise. And it's about this big. It's a little bit bigger than this is, and it's kind of impressive to look at, but it was not fun to build. And there's no surprise. There's no surprise or delight with it. It's just, it is what it is, and it's just sitting there. You can't open it up and, see the bridge or anything like that, and it's just a disappointment. Yeah, I agree. If they could make a Lego Enterprise, that would be incredible. One thing that I've wanted them to make for a long time, and which is why I'm now, Lego has recently started partnering with Blizzard, the company that makes World of Warcraft, amongst a bunch of other games, including one called Overwatch. And they've recently come out with a whole bunch of Overwatch sets, which I've been buying, despite the fact that I don't really love the Overwatch game. I think it's great that it exists, and it's been really big in esports, which until you actually go and watch an esports game will sound absolutely ridiculous, but once you go, it's a whole lot of fun. That's what you get. Yes, Lego Imagination. Pardon me. Yeah, there's a set that I've been getting all of the Overwatch sets because I want to encourage Blizzard to continue to work with Lego, because I love the things that Blizzard makes, and I'd love to see more Blizzard sets. And the set that I would love to see the most would be a Technic set of something from one of their games called StarCraft. I would love to build. They have something called a siege tank, which is it's like a big mechanical tank, treads. It has outriggers that it can deploy to go into siege mode. And I think building that, you could have a big turret on the top, a big cannon. I think building a Lego Technic set of that would be absolutely awesome. So I'm going to give Lego and Blizzard my money in combination to encourage their continued work together, even though the sets that they are currently coming out with are not for the ones that I would want them to be. Oh, I remember this piece. This was a real interesting hinging bit. So this is going to be for the door, and it's a kind of a double articulating scissor hinge kind of thing that's going on. You'll all see it pretty soon. We're getting there real quick. There's not a lot of pieces left. But yeah, I completely encourage people to go to the LEGO Ideas site and vote on the sets that you like. The idea sets are always really good, done with bag one. Very good, Mike. they've had some really cool ideas sets. Let's see here. I think the DeLorean from Back to the Future might have been an ideas set. They had one that was real simple called the Fishing Shack, but it was such a great set. It was surprisingly interesting. There's a Steamboat Willie one. I think that was ideas, where it's you make a black and white steamboat, like the old cartoon, and if you push it, the stacks actually go up and down just like in the cartoon, and the big water wheels on the side paddle wheels go. Really cute. Alright. This is the rats. Oh, it's down there. And got it. Yeah, I think Cordy's excited about the Steamboat Willie set. Okay. Here we go. More complicated door hinge mechanism. So, that guy in there. Come on. You know what? We're gonna come up with this guy, and that'll probably hold better. There we go. And now the door opens properly with a fairly complex hinge in there. Okay. And 1 and 2. Those, a couple of these. Oh yeah, Wally. That was an idea set. That one's really cute too. That's one of the sets that once I build it, it's pretty much always out. Actually, Wally was the first set built in our new house when we bought our house back in November. And I wasn't the one to build it. Good question. I actually have an extra bag in every single one of these boxes with all of the extra. Each box has its own bag, and the bags all have all of the extra pieces that are at the end of the set, at the end of the build. So for some reason, I've decided to keep them all separate.
If you put them all together, you might not have to send away when you need these.
Yeah, usually if you have to send away for a piece, it's one of the ones that isn't one of the ones that give you extras of, unfortunately. Come on. There we go. So that satisfying snap into place. You have an even stronger door. This goes through right here. Oops. Come on. You go in here. Like that. It's going to support a windshield at some point. This guy is going to be for the side mirrors, which may or may not get built right now. We'll find out. And here's for the top half of this door. Five. There we go. Yeah, one of the times when I was in our local LEGO store buying some Overwatch sets, I was talking with some of the employees that work, one of the employees that works there in particular, and we were both agreeing that neither one of us really loved Overwatch all that much. We liked that it existed, but we didn't really enjoy it personally. And I told him my reason for buying all of the Overwatch sets, and that I really wanted them to make a Lego siege tank. And as I was getting to my point, he realized where I was going with it, and his eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger, and he's like, "Oh my, yeah, like." He was very enthusiastic. I just had to swipe another one of these from that bag, so not sure when we'll get to the point where I have an extra one, but I have faith it'll happen at some point. The Wally tile that came with my Wally set was printed lower, and I never played. Oh, that is a crying shame. There we go. Opening door. And on to the next bag. Yeah, we're just booking now. We're definitely getting this done tonight. Anybody who was worried, we're getting there. Aha, okay. So this is once again stickered. I need to make sure that I have it going the right way. If I remember correctly, that will be the right way. Good night there, Mike. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoy the rest of your bus build. I think that's right. We're going to hope that it is. And I need those. 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's another good question. What's everybody out there doing right now aside from watching this stream? I can't imagine this is all you're doing. Or how many of you are also building Legos right now, or maybe doing a puzzle, playing a video game? What's everybody doing on this lively Saturday night from the comfort of your own home? Lex is over there right now playing something on the Xbox. What's that game called? Jedi
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. I'm never gonna remember that name. Fallen Order. Steve Donovan's still out there. I have a feeling that's probably a game that he's played or at least bought. Oh boy. Oh. Ha! I didn't even see that this was happening. So right now, Lex is logged in with my character in StarCraft. She's not doing anything, but she's playing with Alex. I'm playing with Alex. He's getting my Zeratool leveled up. That's fantastic. Oh. Chris is just chilling like a villain. Very good. Although I can't believe that just watching me build Legos is entertaining enough to keep you awake this late on a Saturday night. Steve Donovan, I called it. He liked that game that you're playing, Lex.
Yeah. I can see why. It's good.
There we go. Man, these little... Ooh. Almost lost that one. All right. There we go. I think we're getting the engine cover. I think that's what my dad said that's supposed to be called. Almost done with the engine cover here. Go. I think maybe coming up on the adjustable rear wing here. Yeah, Jedi Knight Jedi. I can't. That's why I keep wanting to call the game a Jedi something or other game.
Well, I mean, Fallen Order is not the whole name. Hold on. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, I knew Jedi was in there. Okay, so I'm not totally wrong. That's nice. Okay. Honestly, yeah. Okay, so we're working on. Ooh, okay. So this is articulating here. This is going to be for the adjustable spoiler, like a proper race car. If I can get that in there, sure would be nice. Okay. All right. Actually, Steve's wife, I think, probably likes the movie Back to the Future more than anybody I've ever met before. Steve, have you noticed or have you seen anything about the fact that DeLorean is going to start making cars again?
Really?
Uh-huh. And if so, how long is it going to be before you guys get yours? John DeLorean dead. Oh. Oh, lots of stuff going on. I don't think a man needs to be alive for somebody to keep making their cars. Look at.
Shelby.
Say what?
No.
Like Ford. Ford's not around anymore. They're still making those. Yeah, Steve, you should check those out. Marcos, look at you. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we're getting to the point here where this thing is pretty close to looking like a finished Porsche. Every angle's real nice. We got working doors. There's actually paddle shifters in here. You can pull on these and you can hear the gearing working. Can't really see it anymore, but underneath back here there's a whole bunch of gears. Steve, out of curiosity. Oh yeah, see, I missed that piece before. Do you think if Yvette had an option of either having a DeLorean or the Ecto 1 real car, which would she prefer to have? Because she's an absolute movie nerd. And I know she loves both of them. What do you think about that, Marcos? Thanks for popping in. Are you a avid Lego builder? Or is this just popping by to say hi and see what's going on in here? Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a wing up here. 1, 2, 3. Those. I think between Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, I think I'd have to go with the DeLorean myself. That said, I don't think there was a wrong answer to that question. Yeah. One, two, three. All right, let's attach the wing. And as promised, it is adjustable. Ooh. It's supposed to be. Go. Don't monkey it up. There we go. So you can change your angle of attack on it there for whatever feels right for the current conditions. Lex, Steve wants to know if you finished Fallen Order yet. I can answer that question. No, she has not. She is playing it right now, though. I know Alex played through the whole thing. He spoke very highly of it. All right. About to have our passenger door here. Now, one thing that I can't remember with this set is there's one more box over there that has a bunch of wheels on it. They're kind of there's cutouts for where the wheels are, and I can't remember if there's pieces inside that box or not. We're awful close to being done, and there's only one more bag up here. Just can't remember if there's more inside that one or not, but if there is, there's not going to be very many at all. We're getting real close here. Okay, now attach this door. There we go. Yeah, I think if I was going to go and play this game, just from the little bit that I've seen of Lex and Alex playing it, I don't know if I'd even go through on normal. I think I'd probably just, or Jedi Knight or whatever it's called, I think I'd probably just play story mode. I don't need it to be Dark Souls. Even more solid door experience right here. Let's Finish off the top half of that in a second. There we go. We got those. That and that. Oops. More bits for the windshield. How does this go? This goes into here. Yeah, this game looks a lot like Tomb Raider, which I really enjoyed the most recent Tomb Raider games that have come out. The only thing that really bugged me about Tomb Raider, and that this appears to be an issue when I've been watching Lex with this one too, that as cool as the games are, it looks like they are not without their bugs. And, you get stuck in some places or whatever. The traveling around in this game, I've heard Lex and Alex talking about it. That seems real frustrating. Yeah, it seems like a really cool game, but I think I can be happy simply knowing it exists. Oh, I don't remember what this is right over here. There's not one on this side. I don't remember. But we're about to find out. Steve, have you been getting all of the... Did you get your pre-order in for Frosthaven, and have you been getting all of the emails from the guy talking about it? There was one about a week ago. I haven't been reading all the emails because there's a lot more in them than I'm interested in reading. There was one a few days ago that was talking about possible online version of the game, and despite the fact that I'm not actually reading it all, I'm getting real amped for Frosthaven to come out. Shoot. Go. Rearview mirror. There we go. Full door on this side now too. Open it up. Here we are. And on to the final bag. Possibly. Oh yeah, we'll be done. Definitely done by 9:20 now. We're on the home stretch. All right, let's see here. Those of you out there who like board games, there's one called Gloomhaven. I think I was actually mentioning this one last night, and I played quite a bit of it with Andy. I played a lot of it with Alex. Played originally Steve told me about it and sent me a copy, and I mean I'm hundreds of hours in on this game, and it's a campaign based game. It's not like Monopoly where you set it up, you play a game, and then somebody wins and somebody loses and you're done. This one is you create characters, and the characters persist, and you go from level to level, and every level's different, and it's just an expansive game. The person I played it with the most, Andy, he and I have played every level there is to play, and completely completed the game. And so recently they announced an expansion called the Frosthaven. It's coming out, and it is currently on Kickstarter, and as of today it is the second most successful campaign that Kickstarter has ever had, and it's gunning to be the first. It is the second most backed campaign Kickstarter has ever seen, and it's been out for a couple of weeks. So, really cool game. It's nice to see that there's so much enthusiasm for it, because the guy that made it did a great job. There we go. Oh, that's good to hear, Marcus. I'm glad I can help scratch the itch for you a little bit. Yeah, if you haven't built a Lego set in a while, you'd have your mind blown if you go into a Lego store these days. There's all sorts of crazy cool sets out there now. Well, I told you all that I was going to get to the end of the bags here and have just the right number of pieces, but I'm still missing one of those little black pieces. So we're going to go into my stashes over here. And find a replacement. It must have fallen off the table earlier while I was building, and I didn't realize. Okay. Problem solved. Found one. In fact, I might have had an extra one when I took this thing apart, didn't know where it went, and put it in the extra bag. So that's probably what happened. That sounds like the sort of thing I would do. Because like Mike had asked earlier, I keep all of the extra pieces for any given set. Because there's always extra pieces. I always keep them with the set that they came from, instead of just putting them all in one big massive pile. There we go. By the way, when I was looking for that piece, I cheated and I looked in the box, and this is, aside from the wheels, this is it. So we are definitely on the home stretch. Got some 40-50 pieces left here, and then we will have a complete car. Just out of curiosity, I don't know how this works, and I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot, but has anybody subscribed to this channel? And if so, do you get notified when I'm going live? Do you get a little notification on your phone or whatever saying that I'm about to stream? I'm trying to decide if I'm bugging people when I send out text messages letting them know that I'm about to start, or if that's even necessary, because if you want to see it, you've already hypothetically subscribed to the channel and know when it's going to happen.
I'm subscribed, but I don't think I got anything.
No notifications?
I don't think so. Unless I went to my email and I missed it.
This stuff is all fairly new to me. Okay. Oh, 21 subscribers. Wow. It's practically the big time. Okay, so YouTube hasn't let you know, Chris, when I'm about to stream. So, yeah, Lex was saying that it didn't tell her either. Wonder if there's something that I'm not doing that I should be. Because it sure seems like, oh, to get notifications, I believe people have to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Oh. Yeah, okay. Smash that bell icon. I think that's what people usually say. Oh. Good, my dad with the tech info confirming Steve. Nice. Oops. All right. Getting close. Two of these and one of these. Okay, that'll be windshieldy outliney area. I think it's kind of gimmicky that they do this, and I don't know how I feel about it, but they use these rubbery pieces here to give the car a little bit, just a little bit extra shape, as you can see back here. I don't know if it's necessary or not. It's kind of nice. It's one of those things that when I think about it critically, I don't know if I like it or dislike it. But I feel like it's something that I should put more thought into and have an opinion on. I just haven't formulated it yet. Oh, Steve's going to miss the end of the car, but that's okay. He saw most of it. Good night, Steve. Oh, and I was told earlier today too that to be able to have a nice, convenient, permanent URL, you need to have 100 subscribers. So I think for the time being, we're going to be stuck with me sending URLs out to people, and if you feel like watching, you can come and watch, and if you don't have to worry about it. 'Cause I don't see me having 100 subscribers anytime soon. Go. Framing in our windshield here, even though there's not actually any glass. And okay, this goes up through there. Out. Similarly on this side, just giving that little extra shape like we were just talking about. Keep extending that line back to the rear of the car here. Like so. Do that on this side. So then you have this nice Porsche line there. Same way on this side. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's time for the wheels. And this is one of the nice things they do on some of these high-end Technic sets too, is they'll actually make custom rims that are iconic for the car. The rubber itself is usually pretty standard, but the rims are special custom Porsche rims. And I'm gonna do something a little crazy. I'm not gonna put these wheels on here yet because I don't like the thing rolling around when I'm... Oh, you know what? I forgot what's next. Nope, no drum roll yet. We're gonna put the wheels on, but there's one last piece that's gonna... It's the pièce de résistance. That any proper Porsche should have. And I think you're all gonna be really excited to see it. So these ones even come with hubcap pieces to put on the rim. You can see here. Also, putting the wheels together is always kind of tricky. You got to get them in just the right spot. There we go. You can see, not hubcap, that's not the right thing. Some kind of locking nut or whatever. You got that there. See, normally there's just a boom, and then you swap it over, and boom. So I'm gonna keep putting those on. 1, 2. 3. 4, which last time I checked is the number of wheels that typically go on a car. Or at least the number of wheels that go on the kinds of cars that I like. Lex would probably like to have a truck with dualies or something.
Ew.
Okay. For the tricky part of actually putting these wheels on. Uno. And break that off in the process. Cool. Alright, fixed it. Alright. I know where to hold this thing from. Nope. Fail. There we go. That was a satisfying click. Other side. Probably do the front first. Try not to break the calipers off in the process. Three and 4. There we go. There we go. We got ourselves a Porsche with as much clearance as a real one. Steering wheel inside, as promised. Actually does the steering. But the keen observer here would notice that there's still a few more pieces left. Let's figure out what those are for, huh? Obviously, no Porsche, no self-respecting Porsche owner would have a car and not have the Porsche designed matching luggage set. So let's go ahead and fix that right now. One must have the proper accoutrement to go with your fine touring automobile.
Automobile?
There we are. Automobile. Okay. And a little bit of this guy over here. Das Auto. Oops. There we go. And there we go. Almost done. Christopher Bailey, was that supposed to be Dude, where's my automobile? Or did you really mean Dong, where is
That's his name. The one who says, where's my automobile? His name's Dong.
Oh, I was thinking of Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, that's a terrible movie.
That's a great movie. There we go. We have our little luggage, which, you may note, fits perfectly in our frunk. As it should. Designed by Porsche. There we go. We have a complete car. There's the parts list I talked about. We're done, folks. So you can hear the engine clicking. If we hit the paddle shifters, you can hear it going slower or faster. Oh, I could try to knock my camera off, which would be a disaster. Let's not do that. This is it. We're done. We have a car. We have a functioning trunk lid engine compartment cover back here. We have the adjustable spoiler. We got working doors. Inside we have the adjustable knee rest supports. Working steering wheel. All the cool stuff that we've been talking about all along. There it is, and we now have the complete product, which looks an awful lot like a Porsche, as it should. See if I can get the same angle. There we go. Same angle as the instruction manual has there on the Porsche. Ka-chow. There we go. So hope everybody enjoyed the build. This will do it for this one. I don't think I'm going to come back and build tomorrow. That just seems like it's asking too much of a lot of people. So I don't know. We're going to put our thinking caps on, see what the next set should be. It might be a Disney Castle, might be a Death Star, might be Voltron, might be the Pirates of... Just as impressive as the first time we built. Thank you. Yes. Just a little longer without having you here sorting the pieces for me. But yeah, put a little thought into what we want to see. I might ask a few of you for your opinions on that. But that's that. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you all enjoyed watching the build as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Might have inspired you to do some Technic sets on your own, if not Lego. Oh yeah, I was supposed to show you guys my first Technic set before I sign off. This little fella right here. 1984. The piece holders don't really keep everything where they're supposed to be as well as... Well, I guess they don't even have these plastic dividers anymore, but that's it. I've made these sets so many... The things in this one so many times, couldn't even count. Chris, you wanted to know a good Technic set to start at. I don't think you want to go too big, but if you're looking for something that's interesting, you're probably looking at like something like this fella here. One of these could be fun. It looks an awful lot like the Porsche, but trust me, it is the Porsche is a way more involved build. This one is 579 pieces, which is more than 2,000 pieces less. But it's a Corvette, so it kind of has the shape of one of the newer ones, not the new ones. But it would be a good starting place for a Technic set, and I think, I don't know, I want to say this is like a $60 set or so. And you'll have a working steering wheel and some of the stuff. This one's a lot of fun. I was talking about at one point I was talking about the way you build the engines in these, and how this one is a little bit different. This was the set I was talking about that actually has a camshaft that goes underneath these exposed pistons here, and as you're rolling, the cams will engage the pistons, and it'll roll. So just a fun little build. Something like that. One of these smaller car sets I think would be a great place to start. But yeah, once again, thank you all so much. We'll figure out what the next set's going to be soon. And I appreciate you all joining me here. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening. Or good night if you're going to sleep, like I would imagine a lot of you are. Thanks for being here. Good night, everyone.